Why is this right here like this?
Okay. I don't know, what is
Why
that?
are these black socks?
Curious Cook.
Might not need no more cups.
Welcome back to another episode of On Again with Andre Glenn, and I am here with
Jamela from J. Stewart's Laboratory.
Jamela Payne.
All right. So we are at WALAPalooza, at the WALAPalooza event, and Jamela, you were here last year, correct?
Yes.
Jamela was
See,
here last year.
look, we shouldn't even be nice to each other. I did it.
Okay.
It's Jamela and Jamila.
Okay.
Not even related or anything, but yeah.
Okay, Jamila.
Yes.
You were here last year.
Yes.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And well, first of all, where can people find you?
Okay, so you can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, all on J. Stewart's Laboratory on all 3 platforms.
Okay, now what about you? Where can people find you?
You can find me pretty much everywhere, all platforms. I'm Jamela Payne, except for my blog is Color Me Crafty.
All right, and y'all need to go check them out and subscribe.
Please do.
Yeah.
All right, so now you were here last year.
Yes, I was here last year for WALAPalooza.
Okay. What is your take on this year's versus last?
This year, so last year was great, and they asked us for feedback at the end of the thing. And one of the things I said was like, I would like to learn maybe more like how people started, like the ones who own the stores and own the businesses, how that came about or what they did, etc. And so when we had our panels today, and they had the people with the stores and the things, or the one guy, I'm sorry, I forgot his name, who was giving us resources where we can go and things like that. So I love that they listened to our feedback. I loved our first day when we were going around, in our small groups, being able to talk to the vendors, and maybe ask more questions and really see how things work. So yeah, it's awesome. I really love it.
Now, what about you? This is your first?
This is my first year at WALAPalooza. Yep.
Okay.
This is actually only my second event that involves crafters, like people that I talk to, some of them almost every day, that I've never met in real life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Who were you looking forward to seeing?
I don't know. Like, I was just excited to come and to meet new people. I'm always really excited to meet new people, especially after, meeting Jennifer and Corey and Angie and all them. So.
Yeah, I think Miss Jennifer Maker stole the show.
She's amazing.
Yeah, she definitely stole the show this year with her presentation.
Mm-hmm.
It was something to see.
And she kept our attention.
Yeah. I loved how relatable she was, I related on her when she was like, why she started, some of her fears, and things of that nature. So like being able to, I'm sorry, I don't want to. I want to make sure I was holding it.
Hold the door, folks.
So, just being able to see her humble beginnings and see where she is now, it really resonates. Like, all right, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can do that. Even though when I started my channel, like 4 years ago, I didn't imagine I would be here right now, So I was already amazed at my growth, but then I'm like, okay, I see even more of a potential. You know what I'm saying? Because you always hear about the content creators making such and such and such and such, but every industry is different. Yeah. So when I see somebody in my industry with a similar story making it, I'm like, okay,
that could be me too.
And especially since it's a woman.
And it's crazy. That's what I would. That's what I was telling her. So I met Jennifer in was it February? February, I think. We had a resort in California, and that was my first time meeting her. And I was telling her, I was like, it's almost like meeting a celebrity. Mm-hmm. But then you get to know her, and you're like, she's just like me. She's so down to earth and super sweet and willing to share her entire journey and, even to give you tips on how to, execute.
Tips.
Yeah.
Real, because,
no circles.
Charge for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But she's
amazing.
Real valuable information, and she didn't mind,
No.
So that was.
She's always open to answer questions.
And we were like, Jennifer Maker. And she's like, I'm just Jennifer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So she's super.
She's so super down to earth. I love her.
Super sweet. I'm really excited that I was able to meet her and talk to her, get that insight.
Yeah, I thought it was super cool that she would show up. And I think she did it on her own.
For free, yeah.
Yeah.
She got like a staff, like a football team for a staff.
Yeah.
Like, whew, she is not playing.
Yeah, because I was like, dang, I know they paid her a grip to come out here, but no, she did it just because, like she was saying, she's big on integrity. And, Angie and Corey asked her to come and she said she would do it. So she did it off the strength of their friendship. You know what I'm saying? I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. Has she ever worked with Heat Transfer Warehouse before?
I'm not sure.
I think she might use some of their products.
And Angie had her.
Yeah.
Corey and Angie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, right. Man, yeah, Angie. So were you a part of her
sublimation camp?
Yeah.
Yes, I was. Yeah. Both of us were.
Okay, you were as well.
So, and I'm doing Jennifer's in November.
Okay, what's going on?
Maker Academy weekend.
So subscribe to her, follow her for more information about that.
Yeah, and then
Jamela,
look out for my summit in December.
Okay, you got a summit coming up?
Yeah, this will be my second.
Okay.
My first one was in June, and it was the CRICUT SVG Design Summit. It'll be back next June, but the name is going to be the Crafters SVG Design Summit because I got a lot of old ladies who did not understand that it wasn't necessarily CRICUT. Like
Just
I'm not,
CRICUT.
They thought I was going to be teaching how to make SVGs in design space, but we all know you can't make SVGs in design space. So yeah, we're changing the name, but December is my design space summit.
Okay. And what is design space?
CRICUT Design Space.
Oh, okay. Cause I don't do CRICUT.
Oh, okay.
Ever since I started using
I
stopped using it.
Right.
And I don't even know what design
so
space.
it's a software that you have to,
sound like they say blah, blah, blah.
It's a software you have to use to cut with CRICUT.
Yeah. I'm joking.
I know. I'm gonna still iterate.
Yeah.
There might be somebody out here who really don't know. Yeah.
No, that's true. That's true. That's absolutely true. So, okay. So, speaking of, what kind of things do you work on? And what
all
kind
of them.
You work on?
So I have 3 laser cutters. I have 2 sublimation printers. I have a desktop printer, 4 CRICUTs, a CRICUT Joy. I have several heat presses, like all of them. Like I enjoy crafts, and I don't care what kind of craft it is. I like them.
Okay.
I always have since I was 6. So what is that? I don't want to math right now.
Okay, so hold on. Let me ask you a question. Okay, since your name is so close,
Jamela.
Okay, all right. So you got an award today, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so what is that? What did you get?
So it's the GOAT Award. And basically, I just do like a lot of lives and things like, because like if Brooke could email me and be like, hey, are you down to do such and such? I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So I just do a lot of collabs with them. We go live once a month on Instagram, doing a project or whatnot. So, so basically just for doing the most collabs and things like that.
Yeah. Great. That's great. Because I think I remember hearing you when Katrina got, I think when she shot to 100,000 subscribers. Yeah,
Katrina. Yeah, and we did a thing on Katrina's YouTube, kind of like celebrating her.
Yeah, and you were talking about like, man, if it wasn't for y'all, I would, like the unity that y'all had. I think that's great.
Yeah,
and that collaboration, I didn't know you were like taking the collaboration game to the next level.
But see, it's like, I'm gonna take it from you. See, I met Katrina here last year at WALAPress. So we just kind of, Katrina, Chonita, we just kind of continued on our friendship. And, 100K on YouTube is big, so she hit me up like, we're going to do a little virtual party. I was like, yeah, I'm down, to celebrate anybody. because I know what it takes to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely an accomplishment, so we just celebrated, and I don't know, we just got kind of, closer because, I don't have nobody necessarily around me who's an entrepreneur, let alone a creative entrepreneur, so one of the things I love about WALAPress is just being around my people, like who actually get it. My husband is so supportive and he tries to understand what I'm saying, but he doesn't get it.
And being here, it's almost like you've known everybody.
Yes.
Like, I'm a very weird and awkward real life person.
Yes.
Like, I'm very introverted. I don't want to people at all, ever. But I'm very comfortable here.
Yes.
Like, I'm ready to go home. I want to go home, and I want to get in my bed.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But here, I'm very comfortable because I've come to learn that most creatives are weird.
We're like awkward. Like,
So I don't
geeky.
feel alone.
Yeah.
My husband calls me a nerd.
Yeah.
500 times a day. He's like, you over there doing all that clickety clack on the computer. But like you said, I'm surrounded by my people, so I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
And whereas
no, go ahead.
We're in a real life setting, like say a normal trade show, or even going to the mall. Like I'm like, oh God, somebody's gonna talk. I go to the grocery store with my AirPods in so I can pretend that I don't hear people talking.
Yes.
Sound like my wife.
And it's like,
I don't want to do it.
And it's like so fun because like people line up for like sneaker releases and like the new album droppings and stuff like that. There was a Joann's opening in my area. I literally camped out overnight for the grand opening of the Joann's, and like they were giving like gift cards to the first such and such people. You know what I'm saying? But I was talking about how I was like, that is so nerdy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Nobody else like Joann's. I was so excited for this new, because they really did it different. It's they got like glow forges in there, sewing machines, like all kinds of it's super nice. So I like literally camped out. I think it opened at 6. I was there like 3:00 in the morning waiting in line with a bunch of other nerds, but it's like,
really? It was people out
yes,
there
like Black Friday.
Wow.
And we were all just talking to each other, and it's just so great just being around people who understand, who get it.
Where you from?
Well, I live in Memphis.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm like from the East Coast, Virginia Beach, New York, all those places.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And you are from
Indiana, Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. Yes.
Oh.
Okay, so you've already talked about what you had planned for this upcoming year. What do you have planned for this upcoming year?
Well, nothing big like Jamela.
Everything's big.
Yeah, but I'm really
You're speaking in a lot of the summit, aren't you?
No, I just did sublimation camp.
You'll be in sublimation camp.
Yeah,
they always bring back.
Yeah, and sublimation camp was great.
Absolutely.
And you know what? It was so crazy because I was like, I think Corey emailed me like twice. First time I ignored her. You know what I'm saying? Because I have no idea why I do this thing where I'm like, me? What you want me for?
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
I do it.
Yeah.
When I got the invite to go to California, I'm like, how the hell did I get included in this?
And I did the same thing to Brooke and them, you know what I'm saying, when they first reached out to me. They were like touring, just like, hey, we want to meet all our partners and stuff. I ignored them.
We got to work on that mindset.
Yeah, I do. I struggle with like imposter syndrome so bad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it really does hold me back. So that's something that I'm definitely going to work on for the rest of this year. You know what I'm saying? Just being more, because obviously, I've earned my space in this industry. You know what I'm saying? And so definitely just going to, work on implementing a lot of the things that I learned today, as far as Pinterest, building like email lists and, things like that. So just taking a lot of information that I use and not just retaining the information, but actually taking actionable steps too.
Yeah. Shout out to Silky Socks. He gave a class where he was talking about like a great business owner's mindset. Mm-hmm. And one of the things he said was reading and doing. So learning, but not only learning, but doing what you learn.
Yes.
As an action.
Yes.
As opposed to just
sitting on the knowledge.
Yeah, not retaining it, or attempting to retain it.
Right. Yeah. Because I do that too. I like to read just different facts and things, you know what I'm saying? And I don't necessarily use all the knowledge, but I can talk to I can hold a conversation with you about it because I've done my research. But I have no idea why I just be scared to take that step,
Well, I am too. Like, I'm always afraid that I'm not good enough, but that comes from a lot of past trauma for me personally. But I'm learning to work on it. My husband pushes me to, he's a social freaking butterfly, but he pushes me to step out there. Like, I'm like, I'm not going to go. And he's like, no, you need to do this, for you, for your business. So I definitely need to work on that mindset.
Shout out to supportive spouses.
I think that was a topic I was talking to Mike Tees last year about. People don't realize that, it's very important so what's important to you should be important to him. And what's important to him should be important to you.
Absolutely.
And there's no way you can have a successful business or be an entrepreneur without the spouse playing a key role in supporting that. It's just not possible.
I mean, I literally might get up at 6 a.m. and start working and not finish working till midnight, 1 o'clock. But he understands that he knows me well enough to know I have this goal in my head. I have a goal that I'm working towards right now. And he knows that I'm not going to stop until I've met that goal. And by the time I meet that goal, I might have a new goal that I'm working towards. But he gets it. He knows that I'm an extremist in that way, that I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's another, I love that about my husband as well. My husband bought me my CRICUT. You know what I'm saying? It was a Valentine's Day gift. So he knew I wanted a CRICUT. But listen, when me and my husband first got together, we were still, I don't even think we might have been, I don't know if we were married or not. No, we weren't, because I made a lot of wedding stuff for my CRICUT. Me and my husband was broke. That's why I made a lot of stuff for my wedding. And that's honestly how my YouTube channel came about. I DIY'd a lot of things for my wedding, So he bought me the CRICUT, and then I was like researching stuff for the wedding, and we were broke, you know what I'm saying? But I still wanted a nice wedding, but I only had like a Capri Sun budget, you know what I'm saying? So I was making stuff, and I was like, dang, man, I should put this on YouTube, because I was watching videos, but it was still expensive. And he was like, go for it. And I was like, okay. You know what I'm saying? So every step of the way, every time, like even last year at WALAPress, so we have 5 children, you know what I'm saying? And WALAPress is right around time for back to school. Yeah. My kids wear uniforms, you know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. And he worked overtime to make sure I was able to get a plane ticket to come here last year. Because, from where we are and stuff, it's pretty expensive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, you're going to get there even if I have to take you on my back. Aww. You know what I'm saying? So every step of my way, if I tell him something, he's like, do it. Go for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Even though he don't understand what the hell, I'm sorry. Even though he don't really understand, everything that's going on, he know I'm passionate about it. If I'm in my office working, he'd be like, my husband works like, 40 hours a week, sometimes a little bit more. He's like, well, do you need me to take the baby so you can record? Do you need to record? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. They believe in us more than we believe in ourselves.
Yes.
It's very important.
So, and, my husband was that push I needed.
So,
take everything.
A supportive spouse, especially since nobody else around me is an entrepreneur or necessarily understands what I'm doing. When I first was like, yeah, I'm going to start YouTube, everybody like, don't you need like 10,000 people to make some money? You know what I'm saying? Like all that negativity. But he was like, that's a great idea, babe. You know what I'm saying? Go for it. So, yeah.
He's a, if you're happy, I'm happy.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, like that's what's important is, you want to support your significant other. You don't ever want to hold your significant other back. You don't want to put yourself in that position. Nope. But like people just don't understand that that's like so key. And you got me thinking I need to go get in contact with my wife and make sure I'm doing something for her. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure. I'm
How
like,
can I support
you
you,
know what I'm
man?
saying? Yeah. I gotta make sure I'm doing something for my wife. You know. So how did you who did you guys link up with? You know, I mean, the girls on this trip seem to have like the most fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like the table in the middle was just
we was lit.
nonstop laughing, joking, and just enjoying yourselves.
But we were all here last year.
Okay.
You know, and we've kept in touch. Like we text each other. You know, like, hey, you ain't posting a minute. Like, you straight? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Like, so we've just kind of built that relationship. So when we get together, we're genuinely excited to see each other, you know, because we all are so spread out and whatnot. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great. I think
that's
it's great.
That's how it is for me with like Corey and Courtney and, you know, all the people I've met before. Like I said, this is only my second event or second time actually meeting the people that I talk to all the time or they talk to me.
Let me just say this right now, fellas. The ladies are clicking up and they are like really sticking together.
Yes. Y'all men act like y'all too shy to talk.
It's important. A community is important. And like I said, being around like-minded people is important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to start kicking it with the ladies or something. Y'all guys, man, y'all just, y'all
just see each other at the events, be like, "What up, bro?" You know,
what
and
up,
keep
man?
it moving. Yeah, like you know, and even like Alan and Mike, I comment on their stuff. Like Mike be sharing some fire stuff.
Man, Mike shares everybody's stuff. I told him that.
Mike. And I feel like I was like, man, Mike, I ain't really get to talk to you since what I'm saying, we've been here because everything is so busy. But yeah, Mike T's, love you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love him. He's super supportive of things like that. So I comment on his stuff, comment on my stuff. I share his stuff,
Yeah.
So I have to start spending some time on social media.
Yeah,
Because I don't. I mean,
you post and ghost.
I don't even get on the post. Everything is on picture.
Yeah.
Oh wow, really? You
that's smart.
I don't I have so many other things going on. Like social media is maybe 1/4% of my business. So I don't spend a ton of time on it. But I do like to stay consistent. So I do a lot of repurposing. You might see something new go up, but there's my blog. My blog and my YouTube are probably my two biggest platforms as far as traffic and engagement. And then there's Facebook right behind those.
So I'm nowhere near most of you all when it comes to like trailblazing content, but I've been trying to get more into just batch recording. Because then I can just buckle down and focus on editing. And so, I mean, as you can see, I just kind of try to lock in and just, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I do. Yeah. So, but I'm nowhere near what y'all.
Look, we all start somewhere.
Do you post reels on TikTok?
Are you on social media? Where can we find you?
So yeah, I mean, I'm mostly obviously on YouTube. Like, that's where I post most of my content. Now, Instagram, I don't really get on there like that. I'm trying to develop something, but
you should though, because that's how a lot of brands are going to find you. And that's why I like to stay consistent with social media, even if I'm not putting out branding on it.
Right.
Because if you can stay consistent and stay relevant on those platforms, that's how brands are going to find you.
Okay.
Because I've gotten a couple emails when I was like, hey,
I found you on Instagram.
Yeah, I found you on, and I'm like, wonder what video. I'm gonna start asking them like, what video is that reeled you in? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they're finding me on TikTok. Well, a couple of the things I've gotten are from, and they want me to post on TikTok, or whatnot. So it's from TikTok, and I wasn't that active on TikTok. But when I got these couple, things, I was like, yeah, let me get on my Zoom. You know what I'm saying? Let me do what I need to be doing. So yeah, they're searching for people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a lot of built-in up content because I've been in this space for so long. Like, I started blogging in 2012 And in 2017, I quit my full-time job, and this became my full-time job. And then in 2019, I started my craft blog. And then, like, I've just, every year, I've progressively grown. So I just repurpose everything everywhere. I make a reel. It goes on TikTok. It's a Facebook reel also. Yep. It's an Instagram idea pin. It's a YouTube short. Like, I'm repurposing. That's 5 different platforms that I posted one piece of content to.
I do that for my videos as well. But the one thing about YouTube Shorts is I wish they would expand it YouTube to like 90 seconds or something. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I could do, it's only 60 seconds. So sometimes if I post a 90-second video or maybe even a minute and 10 seconds, you know what I'm saying? I got to chop it. So, you know, it's sometimes that's a little bit, you know.
I don't never get that long. Like mine are
really?
like 7 to 15
See, what
seconds.
I've done, okay, so I'm on TikTok and stuff. And what I've done is, even with Sublimation Camp, I researched y'all and I take what, like, say she's doing something and I like it, I'm gonna implement it in what I'm doing. So with TikTok and stuff, people go to TikTok for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So, and even though I do tutorials, there's an art to storytelling. So what I've started doing is I'm making this shirt, but I'm telling a story. Like, I made a Father's Day shirt for my husband and I told the story about how we first got together. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody loved the story. The story is what's going to keep them watching. And they probably going to have to rewatch it to actually see what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody's going to ask a question like, what vinyl was that? Or what, you know, then that's how the comments is going to get your engagement. And I've gotten comments even from Silky Sauces like, I love the way, because I did a collaboration with him last year. And he gave me some feedback. You know what I'm saying? I made a video for him. He was like, you know, such and such. He gave me some constructive criticism and I appreciated it. And when we met this year, he was like, I love how you've developed your storytelling. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yes, you know, and even my subscribers and followers was like, I love the way you tell a story. You know what I'm saying? So, but I got that storytelling aspect from the lifestyle creators that I follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the way they vlog their day, but they not telling me, hey, I stopped at the grocery store today and I picked up such and such. You know, they might mention it in there. Like, if you see me pull a shirt up, I'm like, yeah, me and my husband got together and such and such. So, you know, I jumped in the lab, I pulled out this Bella Canvas t-shirt and I'm going to decorate. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to put that information in there, but I'm not going to give you a step-by-step. If you need the step-by-step, go to my YouTube.
Get the long form.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's deep.
So
it is, because it made me think about those. I don't know. I watch all kinds of crazy videos, but because I'm listening to the Reddit stories that they're reading.
Yeah.
I love Reddit stories.
Like, how many videos do you watch the girls doing her makeup and telling you a story?
Or,
you know,
decorating a cookie.
Yes, and they're telling you exactly.
Yeah, I love watching makeup tutorials.
Yeah.
Absolutely, the murder ones where they, oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, I love the murder story.
Yes.
When they're
I'm joking, but I heard about it. I heard about it, but I'm joking. Straight face joke.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're watching it for the story and you're doing something. Yeah, exactly. So that's what draws you in.
I wonder if I can go on Reddit and find some craft related. I'm really good on it.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. I think look at that.
Yeah.
Collaborated. New idea. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly.
Don't nobody steal that.
Not before we do it.
So, but I'm going to take notes on that. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to take that in because that's a real gem that both of y'all are giving me. And see, because of this kind of an event, I'm able to get close to people like you two great people.
Yes.
And get this information, you know what I mean? So that I can grow. You know what I mean? And then, look, we can collaborate in the future. Right? Well, hello. You know what I mean? We're already.
And that's the beauty of WALAPress.
I need your help in live.
Man, me too. That's why it's easy for me to go live with Brooke.
She said that I can hop on her.
Yeah, I feel like it's easier when you do with somebody else.
Well, for me, it's just I'm more worried about, okay, are they gonna sense the weird, awkward feeling that they don't know yet and not like me anymore?
Yeah.
And I think,
I
look,
get it.
And I need to
mindset,
stop.
we got to get out of our head. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
I need
Yeah.
to go.
And I don't do lives because I got a bunch of kids. You know what I'm saying? And they always doing something. But sometimes when I'm live with He Trusts Red House, you know, my toddler, my 3-year-old, he always there. He's like, I'm going to say hi. So now when we do the lives, they're like, Jamela, is your son around? You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's the problem, but they love it.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because we become real people.
Exactly.
One thing I think I noticed about the greatest content creators is they all have a story that they're not afraid to be transparent about.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the part that's super relatable
Yes.
to the person at home is the, like, not like Katrina, for instance,
Mhm.
right? Her son is always in her videos,
Mhm.
right? And so, and she said that, like, people ask me about my son all the time, you know,
Mhm.
no, he's not here. I'm pretty sure she got it a couple times. Like, where's your son at? You
Yeah.
know, like, no, he's not here, you
Yeah.
know, but the story of people like saying, look, I was broke. I didn't have anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to plan for my wedding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people can relate to that. That's real. And you got to be relatable. You can't be like this
Perfect
person. You know what I mean? You can't.
And that's a hard thing because, you know, we're entrepreneurs and we're our own bosses, but on some level, like, the mindset is always you have to be this extra polished professional person.
Yeah.
So you're like, I worry about, you know,
Your image and
being the weird person or accidentally say, like, because I curse like a sailor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and on a live, you can't bleep that out. I can't edit it out.
Right.
You know, and I worry about those things, but and in the back of my head, I know I don't have to because people want to see the real me. They want to see who I am every day.
Because you ain't crafting and cursing. They like go hand in hand. You know?
Yeah. I mean, that's the truth. That's what I want to see. I want to see the real person.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna front. I too don't do lives. Like, even this could have been shot live. I think it would have been a great live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But
would have.
I just don't do lives.
So I'm leaning more into doing them now because when I did my summit, I had an opening and a closing, and it boosted everything. Like, my YouTube got a boost, my revenue got a boost, like, all of it. So I know that it's something that I need to implement in my business because as awkward as I was on them lives, people watched and people were excited, you know.
Yeah, I feel you.
I think they're about to shut us down.
Yeah, everybody's hugging.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Look forward to seeing more content from you.
Yes.
You know.
I mean, I'm so happy for you, and
where's your parchment paper? Clearly, I didn't use any.
Thank you.
Still on video.
Yeah. Thank you guys for doing this. No, it's all good. Thank you guys. See, that's the stuff you need, right? That's what we're talking about. Yeah. So thank you guys for doing this. I really appreciate it. You know, I look forward to, like, seeing you guys again, working with you guys again, and then not being a stranger to you guys. You know what I mean?
Just sitting here talking to you guys, I think I might have some ideas for getting me more comfortable with lives, and even doing something similar to this, where we
could do it together. We could craft together.
Not even really crafting, just having a conversation and getting to know each other and our audience getting to almost like a live podcast.
Yeah.
Shoot, we could even, you know, export the audio to a podcast, but, you know, just something to get us all comfortable.
Yeah. What you got? Clubhouse, you got all kind of different stuff going on.
No, I couldn't get in the club.
Me either.
Okay. No, yeah, me neither. But I mean, you know, it's a podcast format. But no doubt. Yeah. So, but anyway.
Go brainstorming.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's brainstorm it. But don't forget me.
We won't.
Don't forget me now.
You in our tribe now.
Thank you.
You hanging with the girls.
I see what I'm saying, fellas? Jeez. Let the people know one more time where they can find you.
YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram under J. Stewart's Laboratory.
And you can find me on all social platforms as Jamela Payne or my blog as Color Me Crafty.
And of course, you can find me on YouTube, On Again with Andre Glenn. And
he's gonna work on his socials.
I'm gonna work on those socials. Y'all have a good one. Don't forget to hit that like button. And
until next time.
Yeah, we'll get with you. Peace. Nice. All right.
Wow. What?